Hello, good afternoon, Halftime TV viewers and subscribers. Welcome to another episode. And today we'll be covering the 100 meters semi-final and final for women. In the interim, there are a couple of activities happening on the track as well as over there in the field, and we will be bringing you updates on those as well. All right. So first and foremost, welcome. If you're new to Halftime TV, remember smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet done so. And we're doing an audio check. So if you can't hear me, let me know in the comment section, as well as that, let me know where you're tuning in from. All right, guys. Um, Again, happy Monday. I hope your weekend was productive. And as we take on another week, I wish for you um, a safe and productive week ahead as well. So we have the 110-meter hurdles final that's coming up soon. We have the semi-final that's happening right now, and I'll pull up the start list and share it on the screen so those who are here can see what's happening. All right, so Sharita McGrath, big up Angela Miller, Anne Marie, Suzanne Campbell. We're already up to 100 on here. Remember, smash the like button as soon as you join. If you're new to Halftime TV, subscribe to the channel as well. That way you get the notification as soon as we go live. All right, so now let me know if you can see the screen as well. We're sharing the starters list for the 110-meter hurdles there on their marks. And this is a semi-final, folks. All right, so we'll have 3 semi-finals, and they're off. And that's a false start, so we're expecting someone to be ejected from this. We're expecting someone to be ejected from this one, definitely. Enough respect from NYC, Don Stimson. Big up, Don. Namara Godfrey, big up yourself. Jeffrey Pyle, big up. We don't have any link. If you're in the United States, you can watch it on Peacock. If you're in Canada, you can watch it on CBS or CBC Sports. If you're in Jamaica, you can watch it on TVJ/TVJ Sports Network. All right, we're not allowed to share the coverage on here, so we're providing a watch-along commentary. So yeah, it's the closest thing we can offer you. Okay, so Gavin Williams, big up. Venice Phillips, big up yourself as well. Again, we'll go through the starters for the 110-meter hurdles, and as I mentioned a little bit earlier, there was a false start, so we expect someone to be disqualified. We'll provide you with the update on that very, very shortly. So coming out of lane 2, we have just Paul Maffey out of France. In lane 3, we have Damien Schizier out of Poland. Senegal in lane 4, Louis-Francois Mondi. In lane 5, we have Daniel Roberts out of the United States. Izumiya out of Japan is in lane 6. Tade Ojora out of Great Britain in lane 7. Max Relia out of Sweden is in lane 8. And in lane 9, we have Orlando Bennett. All right. All right, so we have a co-host here with us as well, and she's joining from her own bot there. So the Halftime TV fans are treated to two hosts this afternoon as we bring you coverage from the championship. All right. All right. A great run from Rashane Clark to reach the finals of the 400 meters. Definitely. And the 110-meter hurdles is underway, folks. The United States athlete there looks as if he's in control. Is it Roberts? Yeah, I think he is. A Jamaican coming in on the inside. Looks as if he's fourth. Japan's Izumiya looks as if he won that one. But we'll have the confirmation in a second. We'll have the confirmation. It looks as if Japan was victorious. United States looking up at the board, but we'll have a confirmation if Roberts actually won that one or if it was Izumiya. Texas in the building. Big up Texas. Big up the entire U.S. massive that's tuned in. We have a number of Africans tuned in as well. Big up on yourself. The entire Europe, Canada massive. Big up on yourself as per usual. All right. So the 110-meter hurdles, we just witnessed the semifinals, and I know it's always fun to watch these events, and we have our favorites going into each. But I think Grant Holloway going into the final is the overwhelming favorite. Now, for semifinal number one, which we just saw, I think Roberts and Izumia, they looked most impressive. And going into the finals, they are definitely ones to keep an eye on because they will be on the podium. All right. So I'm nervous about this women's 100-meter. Don't be. And folks, we will be splitting the live stream, and I've said this before on previous live streams. We want to keep them short, so those who didn't get the opportunity to watch it live, they can actually watch it back. All right, so we'll be keeping it to an hour. Then we're gonna take a short break, and then we resume for the finals. All right, so we will do live stream for 1 hour, cover the semifinals, and then we will start again at 3 and go for another hour to cover the finals. Okay, so if you see the live ends, don't go too far from your devices. We're just taking an intermission to make way for the second live stream. All right, we're already up to 200 viewers. Remember, smash the like button, subscribe to Halftime TV if you haven't yet done so. For the final around 100-meter. 100-meter finals will be taking place 3. You can come back like 3:30, 3:30 U.S. time. Jamaica, 1:30. Well, 2:30. Sorry, Gavin time. Yeah. So if you're in Jamaica, 2:30. Yeah. I think it will be taking place at 1:50. But you have to get in and get your drinks and get your seat and all of that to get comfortable. All right. Okay. So let's go over to the comment section, see what's happening, and keep the predictions coming in as well. Folks, let us know who you have winning it, who you have coming in second, who's third. I'll pull up the start list for the female 100 meters so you can see who will be running when. So these are your starters. We have Shelley and Fraser Price in the semifinal number 1. She's up against Tamari Davis, as well as Daryl Nita out of Great Britain. Swoboda out of Poland, who's been in most of the Diamond League meets this year. She will be taking part as well. Gina Luken-Kemper, haven't seen her in a minute, but she always poses good competition. We have Michelle Lee out of Trinidad and Tobago as well, and we're expecting to have Jassy, man from Trinidad himself, on here a little bit later on as well. All right, so Zainab Dosso out of Italy and Rosemary Chukwuma out of Nigeria will also be taking part. We're over now to semifinal number 2, and this is a semifinal that has Grant Holloway. All right, so your starters are on the screen. We have Grant Holloway as the overwhelming favorite in this one. Cordell Tinch out of the United States is also taking part, but I think Grant is the one to beat. If you can beat Grant, then you're a shoo-in because he seldom has anyone in front of him. A great run from Rasheen. Yeah, there's so many fans of Rasheen on here today. The youngster definitely did himself proud. Angela Miller feels bad for Jaden Hibbert. What's happening with Hibbert? I was watching the first set of jumps, and then they switched it from it. But I need to pull it up here to see what's happening with him because I think he ran through the sandpit on his first attempt, but we didn't see anything from there on. So if you can provide an update in the comment section, please do so. Oh, he's experiencing cramps, not being able to extend his legs, getting medical attention. Okay. All right, thanks, Angela, for that update. Let's see. All right, so the 110-meter hurdles is about to start. Grant Holloway, they're on the marks, and they're off. Holloway off to a blistering start. He's already 40 meters in and is leading the pack. Comfortable win for Grant Holloway, and I'll say this with about 35 meters to go as he pushes through the finish line. Looks as if it's 13 flat. However, we'll see the confirmed time in a second. Comfortable win for Grant Holloway, and he looks set to secure victory in the final. He's the favorite. He's the overwhelming favorite, might I add. And personally, I don't think there are any other athletes lining up in the remaining semifinals or who will line up in the final to beat Grant Holloway this World Championship. Doesn't seem that way. No, we're not allowed to show the race, folks, due to copyright restrictions. As such, we'll be providing commentary and we will be trying to replicate the experience as much as possible. Okay? So we appreciate the company. Thanks for joining us here over at Halftime TV. And remember, smash the like button, subscribe to Halftime TV if you haven't yet done so. You can check us out on TikTok as well. New to the craft, but nonetheless, we appreciate each and every follow and every like that we can receive. All right, so check us out on TikTok at Halftime TV. Actually, 2:32. All right, so as I was saying, we have Jassy joining us soon, but in the interim, the 100 meters for women is going to be taking place in a couple of minutes, and we're going through these semifinal 110-meter hurdles for males. Hansel Parchment from Jamaica, he's lining up in the final one, and I think Hansel Parchment, being the Olympic champion, he hasn't gotten back to his best, and Rashid Broadbell, who was Jamaica's best hooper, actually beating Grant Holloway at the finals. I think it was so disappointing to see him flunk out in the previous round. But it's one of those things, and it's a part of the sport. As we say, we don't call them failures, we call them setbacks. And I expect Broadbell to come back bigger and better. All right. So Hansel Parchment, top competitor, top athlete, and I know he hasn't gotten back to his best this season as yet. But nonetheless, I expect him to to put up a good enough challenge. All right, so Jaden Hibbert, as we were told a little bit earlier, experiencing some cramps. The youngster coming out of Jamaica at his first World Championship, and by all indicators, in the first round, he looks as if he could get on the podium, but I don't know. Hopefully, they can give him some treatment and he'll be back competing. All right. Yeah. So we just saw the second semi-final for the 110-meter hurdles. The third one is coming up in a couple of minutes. We have out of Kuwait, Alioa Jacob in lane 2. In lane 3, Rafael Pereira out of Brazil. In lane 4, out of France, we have Wilhelm Belocian. In lane 5, Jamaica's Hansa Parchment. In lane 6, Freddie Crittenden out of the United States. Lane 7, Japan, Shunya Takayama. In lane 8, Jason Joseph. And in lane 9, Italy's Hassan Fofana. All right, so Hansa Parchment, as I said, one of the favorites in this one. Hibbert will win, don't worry. No worries here, but when you see the grimace on their face, I saw the grimace on his face just now, and it doesn't look as if he is comfortable, right? Donnet, big up yourself, Donnet. It's been a minute, eh? Natalia Dunn, big up yourself as well. We have Easy Logistics. Big up Akeem Wilson. Big up Vincent Mason. Welcome to Halftime TV, each and every one. We're already up to 400. Remember, smash the like button. I can't check how much likes the video has, but I guarantee you the more likes the video has, the wider the reach. And when we're finished streaming today, we should have matching number of likes as to the number of viewers we've had on here, right? Just believe the man, we got this. All right, Sharika. All right, Sharika. Budapest, 450. Jocko Wacko. Yeah, Sharika Jackson will be running against Shakari Richardson in that semifinal, and it's interesting to see because so far this season, I think Shakari Richardson has the upper hand on Sharika Jackson. I don't know if it's a mental thing, but whenever they've lined up against each other, it seems as if Shakari comes out on top. Sports Circle, big up yourself, folks. If you haven't checked out Sports Circle as yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Proper content. If you're a track and field fan, you should be supporting that channel. All right. So check out Sports Circle 345 on YouTube. Give them a like, give them a subscribe. As I said, proper content, and it's reliable. Gives you some good stuff. I can't say anything more. The superlatives to describe this channel aren't enough. So go ahead and give them some support. All right. Semi starts at 1:35. That's 13 minutes from now. Yep. So we have the 110-meter hurdles. This is the third of 3 semifinals. We have, I watch it on American channel, but I just American athletes. I'm focus on. I keep, don't worry. You'll get focused on the Jamaican athletes over here as well as all the other athletes. Okay. So thanks for stopping by. Please, when is the final? The final starts in roughly 10 minutes. So the semifinal, sorry. The final is an hour and 20 minutes from now. And they're off slow start for Hansa Parchment, I must say. Has some catching up to do, but again, his form, long strides should be enough to get him in the finals as he pushes through. Looks as if he's first, but he's looking across at his competitor. It looks as if he's first, but Freddie Crittenden out of the United States, looks as if he clipped him on the line. Hansa Parchment was looking across. I don't know why. 13.17 is the flash time. 13.18 for Hansa Parchment secures second. And Belocian out of France, 13.23 is third. But I wasn't convinced by that run from Hansa Parchment. I don't like the fact that he's looking across so close to the finish line. But again, enough to get into the finals, and he should be content that he's in yet another World Championship final. So Hansa Parchment out of Jamaica is in the final of the 110-meter hurdles for men. So the spikes are coming off for those who are waiting, because Belocian, who just ran in this race, had a fast enough time to secure the remaining spots along with Switzerland's Jason Joseph. How the jumping going for our boy Renvo Baker? That we just provided an update on it. He seems as if he's picked up an injury, so we're waiting to hear what the assessment on that was. It seems like Jamaica not going to get any medal. Yes, the final is today. So we just had the final semi-final for the males 110-meter hurdles. Okay, and now we're gonna go over to the semi-finals for the women, and that's just about roughly 10 minutes from now. Let's pull it up in the interim, and we'll run through it. Okay, so for semi-final number one, and remember we have three semifinals. Top two, they're through, and then for the remaining spots, they will be secured on the fastest time. Okay, so semifinal number one in lane two, we have Gina Luken-Kemper out of Germany, Michelle Lee Ai out of Trinidad and Tobago, Daryl Nita in lane four out of Great Britain. Out of Poland, we have Yua Soboda. Lane six, Tamara Davis out of the United States. And in lane seven, we have Jamaica's Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, who will be looking to defend her 100-meter title. In lane eight, we have Zainab Dosso out of Italy. And in lane nine, Nigeria's Rosemary Chukwuma. What's going on with Jamaican athletes? All right, so folks, for those who have been asking and have been waiting so patiently for the man himself, the sporting stalwart, uh, all the way out of Africa. No, I'm kidding. But fresh from his trip to Africa, we have Jassy joining us. Welcome, Jassy. How are you doing?
Thank you for the long, thank you for the long introduction.
No,
I'm doing great.
yeah, I have to tease up. I have to tease up. I know sometimes I don't do it any justice, but whenever Jassy is on the show, folks, it's a different vibe. He's the one with all the accurate predictions, and I'm just the one who keeps you entertained. All right. So, how you doing, Jassy? How are you feeling about the World Championship so far? What's your big takeaway?
I'm doing good. I've been following the champs a little bit. Today is usually the day I start to pick up how much I watch the champs. I start to religiously watch the champs the night of the 100-meter women's final all the way to the end. Two takeaways. Team Netherlands, I think they need some prayers. I don't know what went on with Tiffany Stan and Femke Bol. I mean, those are two really good athletes. I'm very disappointed, and I feel sorry for them that happened at such a big international competition. But that's the only thing that's really on my mind now. What is going on with Team Netherlands? Other than that, I'm excited to see all the action that we have in store for tonight. I'm glad to be back. Thanks for having me again. I'm glad to be with the viewers once again as well.
All right. Blessings, and it's good to have you, like always, Jassy. Folks in the comment section, let us know what your big takeaway moment from the World Championship is so far. We're just a couple of days in, but there's so many talking points. We have, as Jassy alluded to, we have two Dutch athletes falling within minutes of each other, close to the close to the finish line. It's a serious thing, but I have to laugh. I don't know what's happening there. And as you said, they definitely need some prayers. And it's heart wrenching as well because you train so hard for these moments, and
Yeah.
you're just a couple of steps away from the finish line, and then you fall. It's just one of those things. Love Shelly, but I want her to get to the final and run second in the final. So okay, all right. So you have you want Shelly to get to the final and run second. It would be easy for Shelly and to go through to the final. All right.
Madness.
All right. So as you can see on the screen, that is the semifinal number one that has Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce in it. Right. Jassy, who do you think is Shelly-Ann's main competition in this race?
Sharika
Who
Jackson.
should? Well, Sharika isn't in this semifinal.
Or in the semi-final, my bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
We're not there as yet. We're not
My
there as
bad,
yet.
my bad.
And for those who just
And the
joining
start.
us,
Let me look at
remember
the start list.
we're gonna break at 3, and then we're gonna resume with coverage for the 100-meter finals. All right. So we're gonna take a short break because we're trying to keep the live streams to an hour maximum. That way, if someone comes in and they want to watch it back, they're not turned off by 2.5 hours worth of live stream. All right, makes it difficult to watch back. All right,
Yeah.
so
Oh, sorry. And with regards to this semi-final here on screen, her biggest challenge, I would say, would be Iwa Swoboda and Tamari Davis.
Tamari Davis. All right,
Iwa
fair enough.
Swoboda she started to get comfortable around that sub-11 time. Before she was 11:01, but this year I think she's clocked two times on those two sub-11 times, one being in the heat of this World Championship. So look out for Swoboda and Davis. But I think Mommy Hot Rocket has this under control, regardless.
Yeah. All right, fair enough, fair enough. And we have, I was looking at the semifinals a little bit earlier, and I was speaking to a relative about it because I think the second semifinal, which has, and it's on your screen now, we're going through the names, and I think semifinal number 2 and semifinal number 3, both those semifinals are extremely tough. However, semifinal number 2, more than anything else, I think this one is massive. And
Yes.
the starters, as you can see on the screen here, we have Bolgarka Takacs out of Hungary. Out of Jamaica, we have Sasha Lee Forbes. Mujinga Kambunji out of Switzerland. Always there. Sharika Jackson out of Jamaica. Shakari Richardson. Marie-José Talou. Zoe Hobbs. Like, Jassy, those 6 females, Sasha Lee Forbes, Mujinga Kambunji, Sharika Jackson, Shakari Richardson, Marie-José Talou, and Zoe Hobbs, those 6 females, on any given day, these females could win a 100-meter.
Yes. And this will be the semi-final, I believe, where those small cues, those people that qualify based on time will come from, if I had to guess correctly. Well, I don't think it's really guessing. I think it's a given.
And even if we're going by time, the personal best, like only the athlete lining up in lane 2 and in lane 9, the athletes have personal best that's above 11 seconds. Everyone else have gone below 11 seconds. We have 1096, we have 1089, 1065, 1071, 1072, 1096. So this will be a very quick semi-final, and I think this one is the one to keep an eye on because it could very well be a final. It could have been a final.
Yes,
like that lineup is a final lineup.
Yes, and this because of how stuck this semi-final is, I don't think you will see too much easing up from any of the athletes because they won't want to play around and take any chances, especially Sharika Jackson, who I'm pretty sure learned a lesson from the 200-meter heats at Tokyo. Yes, I have a long memory. So I think everybody, they want to ease up too much. Maybe a little something in the last step or 2, but not 10 meters, 20 meters before the line. You can't take those type of chances when you have a field of depth in all 8 lanes, or at least 6 of the 8 lanes.
Yeah, we have an update. Jaden Hibbert is officially out of the triple jump. He's injured, and that's so sad because I think we were all expecting him to get on the podium. I think based on what he showed in the previous round, he's definitely ready for it. And again, these sort of disappointments, they happen in sports. And I know he's very young still, so we expect him to come back bigger and better. Jaden Hibbert, do you pay attention to the field events, Jassy?
Yeah.
Jaden Hibbert, what are your thoughts on him? That youngster.
I think he's a great athlete. I think he's one of those once every decade type of athletes. It's really sad to hear that he has been injured and will not be able to compete further in the championships, if I heard correctly. I think he was undefeated all year, if I'm not mistaken, except for that one Diamond League he went to.
And he lost at the final.
Yeah.
All right, so hold the thought. We are over to the female semifinals. So semifinal number 1.
Mommy Rocket is on the line.
Yeah, and we went through the starters earlier, but we'll go through them again for accessibility purposes for those who are tuned in. So Gina Lucan Kemper in lane 2. In lane 3, Michelle Lee IE out of Trinidad. Lane 4, Daryl Nita. Lane 5, US Soboda out of Poland. Lane 6, United States, Tamari Davis. Lane 7, Shelly and Fraser Price, the reigning world champion. In lane 8, we have Zainab Dosso out of Italy. And in lane 9, Rosemary Chokbuma out of Nigeria. Mommy Rocket, overwhelming favorite for this one. Good afternoon to you too, Naturally Mark. Welcome to the channel. Not how you done. Big up.
Oh yes, actually, I'm one of our loyal half-timers here. Good afternoon.
You. Yeah, I appreciate how the half-timers they're constantly showing up and popping in. Even when we've been on a hiatus for a couple of months, they pop up every now and then. And for those who have been messaging me on Instagram, please continue. You are the motivation to actually keep the content coming. All right. So big up on yourself. I have headache waiting for the race. Go Shakari, go Brittany, Amber, Aban. No worries, for real, positive. Yeah, big up everybody, man. Big up. We appreciate it. So it's 2:36, and it's time for the 100 meters for
I believe my stream is slightly ahead of yours because mine on my stream they've been called to their marks, but I'll let you do the commentary and I'll be delayed.
All right, no worries.
I'll delay my reaction, hopefully.
No such thing.
Let me mute myself.
All right, so then their marks, folks. Again, Shelly and Fraser Price, yellow and orange weave. She's running out of lane 7. Set. And they're off. Clean start for all the athletes. Mommy Rocket putting on the afterburners just about 40 meters in. And she's making it look so easy. Cakewalk for Shelly and Fraser Price. 10:89 is the flash time. And the rest of the pack is playing catch up because Shelly and Fraser Price, I think she looks as if it's hers again, Jassy. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
She looked good, however, I find her start wasn't as impressive. I did not see that explosion out of the blocks. She was able to take the lead, although she wasn't the best out of the blocks. She was able to take an early lead, and the field wasn't as stacked as the upcoming semifinal. But I didn't see that rapid acceleration with the Mommy Rocket in this semifinal. But I am not going to panic. I still believe Mommy Rocket can get the job done in a couple hours.
Yep. Could it be doing enough to win? Because I know Shelly and Fraser Price, she's known for her starts, and this, by her standards, was a sluggish start. She had to play catch up. Usually by 30 meters in the race, she's already leading, and then the rest of the pack is playing catch up. In this race, she was actually playing catch up at 30-35.
Yes.
Just about 50 thereabouts, she took the lead, and then it was no turning back. But could it be just doing enough to get to the finals?
I'm not sure, because usually when she says to just to do enough, she will still get that explosive start and then shut it down early. It could be that she had a little misstep. It could be that she was a little off her game. I'm really not sure, but it was not the typical Mommy Rocket, if I'm being honest with myself.
I agree with you. I agree. And if she starts like that in the final, based on the competition that will be next to her, I think it will be far more difficult for her to secure a victory.
Or to even secure a place on the podium.
Yeah, place on the podium, true. Now we're over to semi-final number 2.
At least it's a semi-final, thank God.
This is the semi-final that we spoke about a little bit earlier. Shakari Richardson against Sherika Jackson, Sasha Lee Forbes from Jamaica as well, lining up. And folks, if you're wondering how come we have 4 Jamaicans in the semi-final round, it's because Shelly and Fraser Price is the reigning champion, so she has an automatic place, all right? So Shelly Ann has an automatic place at the World Championship, and then the other athletes are basically qualified through the national championships. Okay, so in lane 2, we have Bulgarka Takacs out of Hungary. Lane 3, Sasha Lee Forbes, Jamaica. Switzerland, Mujinga Kambunji. Lane 5, Sherika Jackson. Lane 6, Shakari Richardson. Lane 7, Marie-José Talou out of Cote d'Ivoire. Lane 8, out of New Zealand, we have Zoe Hobbs. And lane 9, we have Jal Bestoué out of Spain. The semi-final, final. Do we get less recovery time today? What was the time? How long was it between the races for men yesterday? Was it 2 hours?
Yeah, I believe the men had more time between the semifinals and
Yeah.
finals than the women. I was surprised when I saw the time between the women semis and finals actually.
Yeah, because it's I think for the women it's like an hour and 20 minutes because
Yeah,
we will be back here at 3:50 for the women. So basically, they just have to keep warm. You can't even get any proper rest.
No, which is surprising. Usually they do a standard 2 hours at least.
Yeah.
So we'll see. My heart's still trying to calm down after those first 20 meters with Mommy Rocket. I'm not going to lie. It was a little shaky.
Yep. All right. 960 viewers on here with us. Please remember.
960, you said?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah. So smash the like button, folks, and subscribe to Halftime TV if you haven't yet done so. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and to all our returning residents, welcome back. Remember to tell a friend, and if you haven't done so as yet, check us out on TikTok at Halftime TV. The content is a little bit shorter, more precise, to the point. So if you don't get to watch the lengthy live streams, you can just check us out over on TikTok for the shorter videos that still cover the subject. All right, so Sha'Carri Richardson lining up in this one. Shericka Jackson, her main competitor, and that's been the case all season. Sha'Carri Richardson has the upper hand from a mental perspective, in my opinion, because she's already beaten Shericka on a couple of occasions throughout the season. Shericka, though, she is the fastest woman this year over 100 meters. So let's see what she has in store for us. She says she still thinks she can run faster, but let's see what Shericka Jackson has in store when she's going up against Sha'Carri Richardson. This competition is rigged.
Thanks, naturally, Amma. Thank you. Semi-final number 2.
All right, so again, Shericka Jackson, she is literally next to Sha'Carri Richardson, who's next to Marie-José Talou. Any of those 3 women can cross the finish line first. Shericka, I think Sha'Carri has the upper hand from a mental perspective going to this race, but we'll see. Maybe Shericka was saving the best for last, and she has something in store. Marie-José Talou, the seasoned veteran, more experienced than most of those in the field. I think she too can come away victorious. But personally, it is between Shericka Jackson and Sha'Carri Richardson for first and second.
You know, I just watched a replay of that race with Mommy Rocket again. I'm wondering if it was really just to do enough in terms of not pushing as hard in the start, where we saw with her 2 races before the World Champs, and she was just conserving because she knew the depth of the field. It could be. Anyways, no panicking here. No panicking.
Not yet.
No panicking. It is Mommy Rocket at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I remember, folks, we're gonna break the live, just about maybe 10 minutes or so, and then we will resume at 3 for the finals, and then we'll push that coverage through for another hour or so. Okay, so we're keeping the live streams short. That way, everyone will get the opportunity to watch it back when they choose to. Right. All right. So the athletes are on their mark. All right, Jassy, I'll allow you to provide coverage for this one, Jassy.
Okay.
It's over to you now.
Thank you.
Let me mute myself though, so I can celebrate.
All right. Out well is Kambuji. Sha'Carri Richardson has a very reserved start. Sha'Carri Richardson has a lot of work to do. Sharika Jackson is going to win, followed by Marie Hazotil. Sharika Jackson wins, followed by Talu, then Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri Richardson's start was completely off and had a lot of work to do. She still managed to come third. We'll see if she qualifies based on time, but Sharika Jackson won in 10.79 seconds, and she had the lead from the first meter to the 100th meter.
Awful start for Sha'Carri Richardson.
Awful.
Yep, awful start, and we will see if it's enough to get her to the finals. Remember, there were two Jamaicans in this race. We had Sasha Lee Forbes as well. She's looking up at the monitor to see if the time is enough, but she would have been disappointed in that start, Jassy, I must say.
What's that, sorry?
She would have been disappointed in that start.
Yes. Remember the discussion we had about the rounds at USA when we were doing the coverage for USA trials about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
After tonight, I'll resurface our clip from that night. Some people think I'm just hating. I just give fair analysis.
Yep, and she's looking pensive. She's looking worried.
Yes.
Not sure if she's through. We have 1,300 viewers on the live stream. Remember, folks, smash the like button, subscribe to Halftime TV. Sharika Jackson just secured semifinal number 2, and this is the initial assessment. Sha'Carri Richardson looks as if she's in third, and Marie-Josée Talu seems to have secured second. But we spoke about it at the top of the show. The experienced Talu always does enough to get into the finals. Sharika Jackson seemed to have gotten over that mental hurdle of Sha'Carri Richardson. Remember, Sha'Carri has already beaten Sharika on a couple of occasions this year in the Diamond League. And when it really mattered, Sha'Carri Richardson, she didn't give us what the fans were actually expecting. Messy run from Sha'Carri, though, I must say.
I think that was her worst run for the season in terms of her start. She got a time of 10.84, so she should make it based on time.
Okay, so Daryl Nita and Yuwa Soboda.
So Jackson and Talu were both given the time of 10.79, followed by Richardson in 10.84, Hobbs 11.02, Kambuji 11.04, Sasha Lee Forbes 11.12, Jail Best 11.25, and
right. So Sha'Carri Richardson and Soboda, they've qualified for now. So it's provisional. I think they should be fine. Yeah, they're perfectly fine. They're
looking at Sha'Carri in the queue room. She has a very worried look on her face. Sha'Carri Richardson.
Is it word though, or is it doing enough for the camera to stay focused on her?
What was that?
Is it word though, or is it doing enough for the cameras to stay focused on her?
No, I think after that run you would be worried.
10.84.
The time is still good, but the run,
it
was a messy run.
Yeah, but and there is one semifinal to go. So let's see who we have lining up in the next semifinal. Rani Rosius out of Belgium. We have out of Gambia, Gina Bass. Impressive, but not as impressive this year. Brittany Brown out of the United States, Julian Alfred and Natasha Morrison, as well as Dina Asher-Smith. I think we'll get 3 out of this one as well, Jassy.
Let me look at the list. Morrison, Asher-Smith, Alfred, Brittany Brown, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm pretty certain Sha'Carri will still qualify based on time. 10.84. That's a very impressive time.
Yeah, I can't see 3 athletes or 4 athletes in this race surpassing that time that was posted by Sha'Carri.
I can't see that either.
No. All right, so Big up all 1,500 of you on here. Welcome to Halftime TV as we're providing watch along coverage for the World Championship over there in Budapest, Hungary. I hope Alfred gets in love the competition. Okay. Shakari will make the final. I don't think two other person going. I agree. Respect, big man. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
It's just unfathomable to think
Yes.
that will happen. Yeah. I give this one to Dina. All right. Okie dokie.
I beg to differ. I feel Alfred will come
Julian
out
Alfred,
with
eh?
some.
Yeah, I like the season that Julian Alfred is having. Because I remember she beat Shakari as well earlier on this season, you know. Watching at work from Trinidad and Tobago.
Big up Karen, folks. A fellow Trinis on the live.
Yeah. Well, we have a number of Trinidad.
We have all the islands. As a matter of fact, everybody take a chance to
drop your flag, folks. Remember, it's a halftime tradition. Drop your flag in the comment section.
Regardless of what island, what region you are, if you're from Europe, Africa, the Caribbean, drop your flag.
Drop your flag.
Like and subscribe as well.
Yep, let us know where you're tuning in from. Let's put some colors in the comment section. Shelly still.
Respect, big man. You guys are all right.
Claude Murphy. Big up yourself, Claude Murphy. Trini here, love the vibes. Yeah, big up Jurel Hurdle. The chosen one. JM Cheryl Belcher Peart. Welcome, Mrs. Belcher Peart. It's nice to see you back.
I noticed Shakari's hand gesture was pretty absent in this semi-final round. Didn't have time for that today. This is the world champs. You either put up or shut up. All right, they have been called to their marks.
All right, so all right, Jassy, I'll allow you to provide coverage for this one.
Okay.
Yeah, we're liking it. English Jamaican watching from Miami. Big up, Cayman Islands. Drop some flags in the comment section, folks. Put some colors in the comment section.
Lucia, so 209, and she's probably a little anxious now as she sees her countrywoman about to run. Oh, Karen is actually not a Trini. She said she's born and bred in Jamaica. Love same way, Karen. Love same way. Anyways, they're on the and they're off. Oop, there's been a second fire of the gun. Seems to be a false start. I can't tell who, but the race has been called again. I really couldn't tell who that was. Let's look at the reaction times.
Julian Alfred Bigman said.
I hope.
Are you worried?
I hope that's not, was that you said somebody said it was Alfred?
Yeah.
I hope not, because that happened to her in the semis last year at Oregon 2022 World Championships. If you remember, she was put out for the false start because of her reaction time being too quick, according to the rule. I really and truly hope it is not Julian Alfred.
I give this to Dina. Alfred will choke. All right, go Jojo. Represent 758. Yep. JM. Oh no. And Alicia Small. Welcome.
Let's see what happens here. Okay, they seem to be have been called to their marks again, and no one was put out of the race. Thank God.
All right. It looks as if it was a problem with the starters. Connecticut, Yvonne Fairclough, welcome. Akeem Wilson, big up yourself as well.
All right. This is attempt number 2. They're on the set position. Julian Alfred has some work to do. Dina Asher-Smith is going well as well. Alfred is coming. The Juju train is coming. And it's going to be Julian Alfred, followed by Brittany Brown, and then Dina Asher-Smith. Remember at the start, I told you all I was putting Julian Alfred above Dina Asher-Smith.
Looking good. She is looking good.
I like how Julian Alfred was to was able to hold her composure and execute in this semi-final to get the win in 10.92 seconds. So that means
She's,
Sha'Carri
get,
Richardson will qualify based on time for the final,
she's,
which
get,
is in about an hour.
she's getting on the podium, you know. She's getting on.
What are you talking about?
Julian Alfred.
Oh, I thought you were talking about homegirl.
No.
Okay, I just needed to be. I just needed to be clear.
But yeah,
Alfred is a winner. Alfred is a winner. She knows how to run.
She's getting on the podium and she looks so focused.
This is most likely going to be an all Caribbean podium. A Caribbean sweep.
Yep.
Maybe a Jamaica 1, 2, 3. I don't think, but I think we have a good chance of a Caribbean sweep.
Jamaica. No, I don't think Jamaica has 1, 2, 3 in this one. I think maybe 2, but 3. No, I don't think.
And Alfred was still able to win that race, although her start wasn't as explosive. Alfred had work to do up until I'm watching the replay. Alfred only came to the front in the last 25 meters, but she got the job done. She knows what to do, and she's ready for the pros, and she's running well.
True.
So, all right, so Fred.
And now we're gonna pull up on the screen your finalists. Okay, you're gonna have your finalists. So we have Shericka Jackson, we have Marie-Josée Tallou, we have Shelly and Fraser Price, Tamari Davis. We have further down here, we have Julian Alfred, and who else was it in that second place? I think Sha'Carri Richardson should be in there as well. She should be a given. Sha'Carri Richardson should be safe. Yeah, I think she's it. Yeah. So she's celebrating and she walks back to the locker room. So we saw Mommy Rocket, we saw Shericka Jackson, we saw Julian Alfred. It looks good.
Yes.
It looks as if we're gonna have quite an intriguing 100-meter finals in just about an hour or so. For the viewers and subscribers who are over in the comment section, let me know what your reactions were to those semi-final races that we just witnessed. Shelly and Fraser Price, Mommy Rocket, like always, she made it look easy. We saw Shericka Jackson get over her demons and secure victory against Sha'Carri Richardson. And then we saw Julian Alfred with a comfortable win in the end to ensure that they are taking note that she's there not just to take up spaces, but to secure a medal. Again, folks, we will be taking a small break and then we'll be back here in just about 5-10 minutes. Okay? So remember, smash the like button, subscribe to Halftime TV, tell a friend to tell a friend. We will be back for the 100-meter coverage because that's on a different link. Okay? So we will be hopping on that one now. So big up everybody. Thanks again for tuning in. It's 1,400 of you guys on here. Subscribe to the channel. Ensure that you subscribe to the channel as we will be doing the build-up for the 100-meter finals in just about 5-10 minutes. Okay? So big up on yourself. Talk soon. Jassy, see you in a second.
Yep.